think one thing that you will see in a lot of these markets is, not everybody may have access to the best infrastructure, or not everybody may have access to a bank account, but everybody has a phone and everybody has data on their phone, and they all can have mobile wallets on their phone, which is why we're starting to see mobile wallets pick up so much in some of these countries. So finding a way to pay out into these mobile wallets and collect from these mobile wallets is a big focus for us as well. So we've selectively partnered with some of these mobile wallet providers in countries like Kenya, Tanzania, Nigeria, where these really are picking up quite a bit. In Asia, China and Vietnam are big in mobile wallets as well. So getting access to those wallets really expands your reach when you're talking about trying to address some of these types of problems. That is definitely a trend that we are monitoring quite closely, and we're actively involved in a couple of projects on our own as well. I think some of the first countries that went ahead with like a CBDC, you had Nigeria, you had India go live with the digital rupee last year. We are partnering on a project to help enable cross-border central bank digital currency movement, so that it is no longer just a domestic flow, but actually can go cross-border as well. So we are working on a project with Dubai and Singapore, UAE and Singapore, on a project called MCBDC. That is an effort to try and see, once the CBDC infrastructure exists, can you actually leverage that to move money cross-border using the CBDC blockchain networks? And I think it's still early stages, I would say, at this point, but those are the right trends we are seeing definitely in the space. I would say, I think instant payments will continue to be a focus. As I said, we're 70 countries now. It's going to be 100 countries in a few years from now, and we want to stay on top of that from our standpoint. There is also an initiative by the G20 to help make cross-border payments more instant and less complex. So there is a requirement by all banks to basically ensure that cross-border payments happen within an hour. Right, and that's an important initiative for us to try and make sure that we have the right infrastructure in place to be able to make this happen. I spoke a little bit about sanction screening and ensuring that we have the right controls in place. So that will become even more important as we start looking at blockchain type transactions to ensure that we have all the data that we need to actually monitor these flows and make sure we have all the information on our hand to be able to screen for these flows in a compliance effective manner, right? And at the end of the day, we're still a regulated financial institution, and we want to ensure that as we support these newer developing trends, we continue to do it in a compliant manner, and investing in the right infrastructure on our end to be able to do so will be a big focus for us as well over the next 2 to 3 years.